Here's what I've learned, like a lot in this most recent, I don't know, few months, years, whatever. The more I have faith, the more I lean into faith, and if the anxiety spirit, the fear spirit tries to show up, I erase it. I feel it, I let it in, but then I'm like, nope, you don't belong here anymore. This is not your house anymore. Like anxiety, fear, stress used to occupy 100% of this vessel. Now it's like 10%. And when I believe in it, when I truly be faithful, right? Not do faithful, not show up to church and check the box and read the Bible and da-da-da-da-da. All the little stupid freaking things that they say you're supposed to do, which everyone thinks is the answer. And oh yeah, I'm faithful. My faith pillar's a 9 and I go to church on Sundays. No, but are you actually sitting in faith? Is faith consuming you, or is anxiety or fear consuming you? And for me, what I can honestly, truly say, when I started to surrender at the highest level and truly let go and believe, and even when I tried to get worried about, the business stuff or the this or that, the Red Seas did start to open up. God went, okay, now you're believing me. You're letting go of you, and you're putting your faith and trust in me. I'll start moving some pieces around for you. True story. But I had to fully let go. From a guy that for 99% of his life, I was the most control freak, trying to make everything happen, right? Because I was scared. I was living in fear. So I'm trying to create outcome. And if I could not create outcome, control outcome, I would not go there. And that's exactly what faith is. The way I see it is God's asking you to trust him and stop trying to control all the stuff here. And then if you just believe in him and let him do it, he'll actually turn it right around and just make it all show up for you. You got to replace the anxiety, the spirit of anxiety, the spirit of fear, the spirit of shame, regret, guilt with the faith. And that's a journey. That's not like, okay, I did it, I figured it out now. That's every morning, every night, every day, I gotta wake up and put my faith armor on and do that work. It's not a one-time thing, it's a journey. So this quote that I've shared with some of you guys before, just take a second to read it. This quote here, it almost seems like every time I read it, I see more nuggets and I see more of how it can be applicable to me, being a disciple and being a leader. I think we're tasked now as leaders, now that we're learning more about how this game of God and universe and all this spiritual and business stuff works, and I'm looking at this quote, I can see how it kind of aligns to when things happen. Am I the solutions of these problems? Like, am I the Yoda? Am I the sage? Am I the king or the queen? Or do I get sucked into that cowboy, cowgirl, warrior identity? Because are things happening to us, or are things happening for us? Are events an opportunity for me to put my leadership hat on and make the weather? Or is the weather happening to me? Am I beholden to a lack of lead flow in the shoulder season? Or have I just not figured out yet how to properly lead myself and my business? I see how these dots start to connect. So how does this show up for me? And when we talk about leadership, we make the weather. So we as leaders, we become an event. Our energy, our spirit, our mindset, the way we operate, our consistency or lack thereof, you see, we become an event for others in our tribe and our kingdom. So how we show up, my spirit and the energy I bring to every situation sets the tone for how we all start to think and operate. When something happens, how does Dad respond? Does he respond? Does he react? Or does he resolve? So we all get to choose. When things happen, do you respond, react, or do you resolve? What do you do with complaints? Can you convert complaints, problems, issues into contribution? It's how. It's the content of the responding. I would rather be a resolver than a reactor. I'm always trying to figure out like complaints to contributions, resentments to resolutions, rackets to resolutions, because it's my interpretation of events that dictate which identity I'm operating it. So as we move today into like leadership and people and more personal development, we're going to be moving into starting to understand. While there's lots of leadership tools and systems and stuff, and we'll use some of them, and it doesn't really matter which leadership tool or system you use. If you don't understand really like the way the brain and the heart works, the leadership, all the cliche stuff, the weapons, will only get you so far. Whether it be extreme ownership or 21 laws or rules to leadership or this or that or 5 dysfunctions or whoever, there's 1,000 different things. We got to back up a little bit and zoom out a little bit, and we're going to go into starting to understand like how does the mindset work. But before we do that, I want you guys to flip a page. I'm going to take a few minutes, and we've talked a lot today about focus and margin and getting realigned on what truly matters. So I challenge you all right now to just take a few minutes to think about how do I set up some routines and structures of what my perfect week might kind of look like. And what do I do from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m.? Okay? Do I go to the gym here? I have a tactical meeting right here. So how do we build for right now, for the next 90 days? All we got to do is get locked on this quarter one right now. How do we design something right now and go all in on how can we get locked on having a structure that aligns? So what I'll challenge you guys to do at first as you're going through it is what are the big, most important things that are non-negotiables, okay? As you can see here, what I did is I put in my negotiables. I got this time blocked out for my focus time for self and with the Father. I got my tactical, it doesn't go away. I got meditation every day at 2 o'clock, okay? I got Thursday as clarity break. So we got to start with the whole week with the big, most important things that I don't care unless someone's hurt in the hospital or dies. These things are non-negotiables for me and myself and my consistency. When you start having faith in yourself and having consistency in yourself and with yourself around even having a schedule and being able to stay consistent to a schedule, you're going to build more self-confidence and you're going to be able to lead at a higher level. But if we can't stay consistent with our own time, how in the hell do you think you're going to have the authority to coach other people, your employees, your kids, wife, husband, mother, father, whatever, ever, to do anything if you can't even control your own time? From a leadership, like maturation, like scoring, judging thing, it's very, very childish to not be able to like schedule and manage your time. It's baby, it's little baby stuff. If you can't even manage a schedule and prioritize what's most important and stay consistent and rigid with that. It's like, come on, like let's show up now for ourselves and for others, okay? It's very immature to be in cowboy warrior mode, just running around, putting fires out in the truck, doing this, going here, going there. Oh, I can't this because of that. Very immature. We got to get real. So if we look at this through the structure of core 5, faith and mindset, family and relationships, fitness and health, finance and serving, and foundation, you got a mix there of self and business. But what about like our relationships? So on your capture card, date night. What am I doing date night with my better half? That will be when. Heather and I do it every Wednesday night is date night. And then my kiddos. What about our kiddos that we've neglected because we've been so busy, oversubscribed, put in our identity in our business? What about my kids? I'm going to plan a trip to do what? I'm going to do date night with the family every Saturday. I'm going to have a family tactical. So watch this. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What if Sunday night at 7 p.m. was family tactical over dinner? And guess what we start off with? You guys aren't going to believe this. Family core value. Honor, excellence, leadership, adventure, grit. And the Murray family, the CVs. What's on the agenda for the week, for the month? Okay. Kids, what do you need? What do you need more of from dad? What do you need less of from dad? What do you need dad to keep doing? Heather will say, what do you need more of from me? Where do you need more love? Where do you need more help? Where do you need more support, guidance? This is what mommy and daddy are doing this week. This is what we're doing this month. This is what we got going on. And this is why. This is why we are doing this, because this ties into this, and through this work, this aligns to our core values. This aligns to the fruits of the Spirit. It aligns to what we're doing here as a family unit.